Hey, someone asked me today if an item could be enchanted. And I think that there are certain things that are connected to the earth. For example, certain rocks like quartz is said to enhance energies. And I think there's maybe spirit in rock and the plants and all of the things in God's creation. I think there are energies there that can be used in obvious ways, such as medicine and whatnot. But yes, I think there's some things that can be thought of as enchanted because it has a vibration that might be agreeable to you and that might be helpful to attract certain energies. There's absolutely no scientific basis for that whatsoever, but I just kind of think that there are certain things that are. Now, there's also certain things that can absorb the energy of a place or a person. And that can be good or bad. For example, I think if you were to get an object that was maybe at a place of a terrible tragedy, it could very possibly have absorbed that fear of that place or the negativity of that place. And I think that it could be felt by sensitive people. And I think the same thing. You get an object maybe from someone that was a very loving person, perhaps, and they give you something or you inherit something. I think perhaps that love could be maybe embedded in that object. But you go to, yard sales and thrift stores like I like to do. Sometimes you might get a piece of furniture or something and you get home and weird things start to happen. It's even possible that you have entities, which are broken off bits of people's energy, that could be attached to things, or wayward energies that are attached to things, or energies we just don't understand that are attached to things. And it could actually create, maybe a very nice feeling or a very, very bad feeling. It could be like I've told you before, how you can drop a rock into a pond and it spreads out ripples. So it could actually send out a ripple maybe of energy that could be good or bad or, indifferent. One way you can counteract that, you can maybe burn a little sage and let the smoke maybe waft over these things. Or if it's small, you can bury things in salt. But throughout history, there have been certain things, certain diamonds, for example, or certain objects that wherever they went, they said to have brought, bad luck to people. And who am I to argue with history? So I think that if something actually gives you a bad feeling, just forget the common sense that says it's not so and trust your instinct and just get rid of it, bury it. Don't burn it. And I'm not kidding. Somebody wanted to burn something, and I think that's sometimes the first instinct. You got something that's really negative, you think, well, I'll just burn it. Don't, because there might be something negative that's caught in that thing, and you don't really want to destroy the thing that it's caught in. The best thing to do is bury it, put it underwater or something like that. But you can burn it, whatever. You trust your own judgment. I'm not the end-all fountain of all knowledge, but be careful because, like I said, sometimes things actually house negativity and it keeps it there, and you just want to, get rid of it. Like bury it, that would be what, or put it in salt or whatever. Drop it in a very deep part of the ocean. That'll work. But anyway, I don't like to be superstitious, and I don't like to give objects, label them with human emotions and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I do think that there are things that naturally have energy, and those things can be really good and helpful, or maybe really bad if they've been, let's just say imbued with somehow, dark energies or whatever. But I also think that man-made things, like I said, can maybe carry or have entities attached to it, or have, maybe very loving things on it, but also maybe a lot of really bad. I think like even Jimmy Dean's car was said to be cursed, and for the most part, I think we can all scoff at curses for the most part, but not always. Not always. And better to be cautious. Better to err on the side of caution. If something gives you a bad vibe, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. If it's not got a good vibe, it's not a good thing. Period. The end. Okay, that's my talk for today.